Welcome to another edition of Mr. Walker's podcast with your host, Mr. Walker, my co-host, Juice. We are back again. Christmas is upon us. We are rolling. Haven't finished Christmas shopping yet, but we'll get the shit done in the morning. It's a couple days, 2 days before Christmas actually gets here. But with that being said, Juice, are you looking forward to Christmas? And what is it about Christmas that you enjoy or you've enjoyed through the years?
When I was a kid, every kid enjoys Christmas. But once I changed my religion, then, you really don't celebrate Christmas. So it's just like...
I'm looking forward to receiving gifts.
That's what you look for.
Of course I am. I'm not gonna sit here and act like that's not what I'm a great gift giver. I want my gifts to be better than everyone else's. Especially if we're exchanging gifts, like I want my gifts to be better than the gifts you give me. Like I want to put thought into the gift. I don't want to get what you want. I want to throw you off and get you something that you might have mentioned a minute ago. And I'm not gonna be like some people that I know. Like when you don't pay, especially if you're in a relationship and you don't pay attention to your woman or your man's the things that they might like, right? Or things that they've talked about. I think gift giving is based on, like great gift giving is based on the things that you think that this person may enjoy, not the things that they probably mention on a week-to-week basis. You just go on, because there's no thought in that. That's easy, Christmas gift giving. When you heard him say it and you go and get it, but all the gifts are that, right? Nothing is like, yo, I know he would enjoy this, or I know that she would enjoy this, so I'm gonna get this. What you think?
Well, God rest my mother's soul, Althea Evelyn Lee Glenn. She always taught me to just be grateful for whatever you get.
Of course, no. My mother said the same thing. But what I'm saying is when you get to be like an adult and you're in a relationship, I think the easiest way out is to go and get the gifts that they said they wanted, right? So that means you should be buying multiple gifts. Yeah, get that one, but put some thought into some shit. That one is easy. That's like a motherfucker, right? That's like a motherfucker saying that he could dress, but then he go to the mall and buy everything that's on the mannequin. You can't tell me that you could dress if you bought the fucking outfit that's on the mannequin in the window.
Because they trying to sell it.
And you come back around the way, or you around other people talking about how you could dress, but the mannequin got on your whole fucking outfit. You didn't put any thought into that, bro. So you can't come around me talking about how you could dress. You didn't put those pieces together. That piece is from, the whole piece is from the fucking store window. Listen, I'm better now at this age.
I'm glad you are.
Because I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. When I was younger, I would wait till the last minute to get gifts for somebody that I was in a relationship with. And try to start an argument so I could have a reason not to fucking get you anything. Oh, you ain't gonna eat the rest of your food? You know it's starving children in Africa. You know what? I'm not buying you a gift because you're ungrateful. I would wait till the last minute when I was a young boy to get a gift for somebody. I'm telling you, just so I can fucking start an argument and it can go too far to justify why I wasn't getting your ass a gift this year. That's when I was a kid. Now it's different.
Yeah, like if I really didn't know what to get anybody, give them a card with money inside.
You know what though? That For me,
So let you buy your own shit.
for me, that's the last result. Like, that's the last result. If I can't think of anything, then you're just gonna get a card with some money.
That's technically the easiest gift.
It is the easiest gift, but you can't give that shit to someone that you're dating.
No, you can't. Not unless you got $1,000.
You gotta put some thought into a gift, especially with someone you're dating.
Oh yeah, you have to put thought in.
With kids and shit like that, you could do that, but not like someone that you are interested in or even dating.
Not even really kids, because when I was a kid, if I would have got money, yeah, I would have been happy. But shit, y'all won't even let me go to the store by myself. So what the hell is money doing for me right now? What is it doing for me right now? Now when I was a teenager, you know what I'm saying, then shit changes. I can go to the mall, hop on the bus, go to the mall. And I'm talking about like 13 years old. Hop on the bus, go to the mall. Those are my Saturdays. Even without Christmas. Those are my Saturdays. So when I had money, going straight to the mall. I told him I was going to shop at Village, even though I still went there. But, you know, but I don't know, like I said, I'm going to go back to what my mom said. God bless her soul. Just don't be ungrateful. No matter what somebody get for you, don't be ungrateful.
You accept all the gifts, accept all of them, and be grateful for all of them.
Short, don't be ungrateful.
No, and you're absolutely right. Like I said, when I was younger, it was a different ball game. Dating multiple women or having multiple women in my life, like, I'm trying to start an argument on purpose. So listen, oh, what? You're not getting anything. I'm Xing you off the list. When I was younger, I would do that type of shit. But, you know, that's when I was a kid. So things are different now.
It's way different, because in my thinking now, I don't expect anything. You don't gotta give me nothing.
Well,
You don't have to give me nothing. I'm glad I woke up that day. I'm glad you woke up that day. Listen.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit you talking about. If you with somebody, you don't expect gifts.
Relationship wise.
That's what. So you just switched the subject into something else. I said when I was younger and dealing or dating multiple women, I said I would do that. And then you went into being single. Like, we're not talking about being single or we talking about in a relationship with someone. Do you expect gifts? Do you expect something on Christmas?
You shouldn't expect it, but do you deserve it? Probably.
I'm also noticing that, like, yo, New Yorkers, Christmas time. No, I can't even say Christmas time. The New York state of mind. Like, I went out today to get some shit, try to get some shit, and the rudeness of people. But I can't even say that that's just Christmas. New York people are just fucking rude. I get cut off every day. One thing I've noticed about myself in the last few years, if I hold the door for you and you do not say thank you, I turn around and say, you're welcome, right in your face, forcing them to say something back. And they have to say thank you. I will force the thank you out of you by turning around and saying, you are welcome, in your face. Yo, New Yorkers, when they come to that shit, especially now, everybody in a rush to get those last minute gifts.
Like you said before, it don't even have to do with Christmas. You only do it for certain people. Like, I remember one time, held the door for this dude, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I went for, like, yo, good looking fam or something. He ain't say nothing. I was like, damn. He's like, oh, no, my bad. Yo, good looking. So now I gotta look at him like, okay. What? Because I said, damn, that made you, like, because he wasn't ready to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, New York is New York, bro. Like, listen, it is what it is. You gotta take the good with the bad.
You're absolutely right. I was talking to somebody today about Christmas, and they said that they was talking to their woman about fulfilling one of their fantasies for Christmas. They thought that would be a great gift for them.
I can only imagine.
Yo, listen, bro. What age do you feel like you get to a point to where the fantasies that you had in the past aren't like relevant anymore? Like me personally, people have asked me fantasies that they thought that all men thought about, like, or shared. And one of them that always comes up is being with two women, having a threesome. And for me personally, like, when I was a young boy, yes, that definitely crossed my mind a few times. And I probably could have done it a few times, but I could sit here and say that I've never had a threesome. And at this age, I don't even want to have one. What's the point? But I feel like it's only for bragging rights. It's only to have, it's a conversation piece. But then again, it's a conversation piece amongst kids, because grown men are not sitting around talking about threesomes.
Right, unless they're in their lifestyle. And even still, they don't talk about it. Because kind of, sort of, they can't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I kind of had a threesome, but I really didn't. Because one girl was like straight up, I don't want to offend nobody, but like lesbo, like dykish lesbo. And she wouldn't let me get a piece of none. She wouldn't even look at the tip. So I'm like, yo.
So how was it a threesome?
Like I said, it was supposed to be one, but it was a threesome in the sense when I'm with my shorty, you know, she's sucking on tit or whatever. You know, but she was naked, so.
That was a train.
She had no dick.
That was a train. You ran a train.
I shouldn't have said it was like a shorty of mine. It was somebody that I met when I used to go to the swingers club and shit. So she knew somebody, whatever, go to the telly, not too far from here. And but I'm like, yo, what's wrong?
So let's get into that. You said when you used to go to the swingers club. Give us a little bit of insight, little bit of the swingers club. Did you have to wear like a mask going in the swingers club?
Talking about that New Orleans shit. No. You talking about a masquerade party?
Okay.
No, they did have masquerade parties, but that's up to you if you want to wear the mask or not.
When you went to the swingers club, did you ever bring like a date, a woman with you?
One time. And I brought one of my mans with his shorty.
Is the fee cheaper? Is it a fee?
Yeah, when you coupled up.
When you coupled up, it's cheaper.
Because the spot I used to go to, on Fridays, you could be a single male and go. Right? And might be like $50 or $60, some shit. But on Saturdays, you had to be coupled up. So we went on Saturdays and the girls are free. But we had to be coupled up when we walked in. And the girls are free, so me and son paid, whatever. We never did nothing, but they were curious because they had never been to one. So they was just watching and shit, you know.
Would the women watch while y'all was smashing something else?
No, I usually went on Fridays when it was single male night.
Would it just be like a big orgy?
And you got somebody fucking in this room with curtains. Somebody fucking in this room. I mean, you could peek in the curtains. But like if they said they don't want nobody watching, because a lot of them are voyeurs anyway. And then you go to the left, it's like, it's about like 9 to 10 mattresses in an open area. But you had to be coupled up in order to go in.
If you peek in the curtains and you like what's going on, could you get tapped in? Could you get tagged in?
It's only up to the woman. Now, but that's in the open area. You could do pretty much whatever you want in the 4 areas where it's like curtains and shit.
Okay.
You could do whatever you want.
Have you ever been asked to go outside of this spot?
Yeah, well, I've done that a few times. Yeah.
Okay. Is it majority of like black women or white women? What's the majority?
It was actually, well, if you want to talk about majority, small majority is white, but got a lot of Spanish and then black, if you want to deal with percentage wise. But I would just say it's mixed. It's a mixed bunch. And there was times like I would get there late and it was somebody I seen before or somebody I had to deal with before, and you were like, oh, it's too late. It's like 4:30 in the morning, they shutting down. All right, well, where y'all want to go? Oh yeah, we gonna go to this spot over here. I said, oh, that's perfect, that's closer to my house. All right, I'll hit y'all about another 45 minutes. So that happened a few times though.
Have you ever been asked to fuck a man?
No.
I mean,
Where the fuck that come from?
it's just a question.
it's not a gay spot.
I mean, but what if a guy is liking the way you stroking a woman and wants you to stroke him?
No, it's not a gay spot.
Has anyone ever paid to watch you fuck their woman or their wife?
Oh, they don't want to pay me. What you mean?
Okay, so has anyone ever watched you fuck their wife?
Yes.
In the spot? Outside?
That's one of the situations I told you when we went to the hotel.
Wow.
Because they was getting ready to close.
And you
They got there late.
And you did it?
Yeah, when we got to the hotel.
And you got a nut off?
What's the point?
Like, who could perform and get a nut off under those circumstances? I'm just giving people some insight.
I don't give a shit.
It was a white man? It was a black man? A black man watch you fuck his girl and you...
His wife.
His wife?
Cause some niggas be into that.
Was every vagina a great one?
It's just something to do.
What makes a great vagina? Because you know, you hear...
Cause they kind of all feel the same, but not necessarily.
That's a lie. They don't...
No. And that's why I said not necessarily, but some girl get over wet.
Over wet? How could over wet be an issue? Ever be an issue?
No, I never. Who said it was an issue?
So you shouldn't even mention that.
No, I'm just saying the differences. But some girls that are tighter, they might not get over wet. So
I never even heard someone describe it like that, like over wet.
Oh yeah, it's over wet, bro.
Is over wet like disgusting?
No, over wet like she's just dumb wet, like crazy wet, like it's leaking.
Is that a great vagina to you?
It's good.
It's great. We always hear guys talk about great vaginas. Like, oh, this pussy was so good. But what was it about the pussy that made it so good?
Because probably they ain't had no pussy in a while, and that's the first one they got, and then they're like, oh, yeah, this shit. Because it's all mental, bro. That's a mental thing.
Yeah. But that's, like, I always wondered, like, because, you know, younger, sitting around men or boys, motherfucker quick to say, yo, that pussy's so good. And I always wondered, like, what made it so good?
I've had girls that were, I'm not gonna say the pussy itself, but they were amazing in bed. Amazing. So now, psychologically, does that mean the pussy was good? Or just the whole experience was good? And that's where you gotta kind of differentiate. You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of men base that, it's the physical appearance. I heard a motherfucker say, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna put this out there. I heard someone say that, and maybe our levels of great vagina was different. He said, he named this woman, when we were younger, he named this woman that he was with, and he said the pussy was good. I let him go on for about 20, 30 minutes. 20, 30 minutes of him talking about this vagina that was great. And then I had to tell him, I fucked as well. And that shit was trash. Now, what he might think is great, obviously, I didn't think was so great.
Because it depends on how many he had.
Yeah, all that comes into play. But also too, let's get to the basics. Let's get to the basics. First of all, a great vagina should be clean. We gotta start. Come on, I'm talking about basics. Basics. A great vagina should be clean. It shouldn't smell like anything. It should get wet. And when we talk about sex, she should be taking that thing, the dick. She should be a freak, right? In bed. Those are all the things that make a great vagina, to me.
But that's what I said before, like, it's the whole experience.
Yeah. Talking about me versus him. We had the same woman. But he was discussing in front of people. And it got on my nerves so much. I walked away. I remember this. I had to be like 24. And I was never a guy to talk about. My older brother used to always say that, like, yo, don't ever discuss women amongst other men. One, because you're gonna paint a picture so vivid that it's gonna make them want it. Two, when I got in high school, my brother had the record deal already. I was busting niggas' ass with these hands. I had this crazy group of friends I was running with. I felt like I was that guy, and then me being a walker. So vagina and me being charismatic and funny, that shit just came easy to me. So my brother used to tell me, like, yo, when the older women want to give you some ass and you take it, because you will take it, don't be running around telling all the business. And if you don't, you can continuously get that ass until you decide you don't want it anymore. But around this time, years later, I heard this dude talking about it, and I was just like, yo, dog, like, that shit wasn't that great. It wasn't. But everybody's preference is different.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this because you just reminded me of something. I remember I hate to, please ladies don't get mad at me. She was a slaw. And dealing with her, and then somebody I knew was dealing with her too. He was like, yo, she get the best head. I said, what? She never even want to give me no head. I'm like, what? So then at that time, as a young boy, I felt a certain way. She didn't want to give me no head. Now maybe she didn't know how to do it at the time. Maybe he taught her. Who knows?
Did you ask her?
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, I've never been like a head dude like that. Never really been a head dude. Not really. I just want the pussy. You don't have to. That's like a fringe benefit. You give me head, that's a fringe benefit. Whatever.
I've ran into women that gave great head, right? But it was like, I didn't need that to get the party started, because if I was into you, you didn't need to give me head at all, right? Like, I feel like if a guy's totally in, some motherfuckers love it. Like they just, that's all they want. They don't even need the beat. They just like, yo, suck my dick. Like, what?
I never understood that.
You see how bad Shorty is? Like, fuck. That's it?
You ain't trying to see
Yo, Shorty fire. I heard a motherfucker like yo, out vibing. We along the strip, a seafood strip. I'm not gonna name the spot. We along a seafood strip. We run into some chicks. We vibing. We joking. We going to one of the spots. We're having drinks. We're having some seafood. My man was me like, yo, I want shorty. I'm like, yo, you could get her. She laughing at all your jokes, all that shit. He's like, yo, I so want her to suck my dick. I said to myself, nigga, did you see when she got up? It's something holding her waist that got up a second or two after her. Fuck her mouth. That ass. She got a whole fucking person holding on to her that she tugging along. She got a whole person tugging along to the bar. What the fuck you want her mouth for? Man, she's sexy as shit. Like she smell good and you just want to put your dick in her mouth. Huh? Dog, like you bugging. I'm like, yo, do whatever. He was like, yo, you see her mouth? Her mouth? Nigga, that ass. Them hips. She smells great. Yo.
That's a new one.
Yo.
Her mouth?
Her mouth. Her mouth.
No matter what that other mouth looked like.
And she turned out, he started fucking with her on some serious shit. And she turned out to be like a materialistic chick. Like totally into everything that has a name brand attached to it, like a name attached to it. It gotta be Louis, Gucci, Fendi, Prada. She wanna go on trips, she wanted to buy bags. And I'm saying to myself, yo, dog, like, you was supposed, the way you was talking about her, especially her mouth, on this particular night, you supposed to just smash and that be that, right? But you wifed it, and now you find out like she's a materialistic chick, and now you like, yo, how the fuck I get this far?
That's 22.
Cause she gave you that great head that you was expecting, right?
You probably could have got the ass the first night, but
you was expecting great head, she gave you that great head. Now you find yourself in a relationship with her months later, and she's materialistic. She wants you to buy all this expensive shit. You went into it looking at her like a fucking whore. Yo, honestly, me personally, like, it was a point in my life where it was just like, yo, I didn't want head from people. Because mentally, I started thinking about head connected to a fucking whore. Like, you pay a prostitute to suck your dick. They gonna suck your dick. So, like, it was a time in my life where a woman couldn't give me head, especially if I felt for her, like if I had feelings for her. Because I always associated that with a whore ass chick. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that I know that's probably a little bit. I've ran into women that gave great head, right? But it was like, I didn't need that to get the party started, because if I was into you, you didn't need to give me head at all. Right? Like, I feel like if a guy's totally in, some motherfuckers love it. Like they just,
that's all they want.
That's all they want. They don't even need the beat. They just like, yo, suck my dick. Like, what?
I never understood that.
You see how bad shorty is? Like, fuck. That's it?
You ain't trying to see the
Yo, shorty fire. I heard a motherfucker like yo, out vibing, we along the strip, a seafood strip. I'm not gonna name the spot. We along a seafood strip. We run into some chicks, we vibing, we joking, we go into one of the spots, we're having drinks, we're having some seafood. My man was me like, yo, I want shorty. I'm like, yo, you could get her. She laughing at all your jokes, all that shit. He's like, yo, I so want her to suck my dick. I said to myself, nigga, did you see when she got up? It's something holding her waist that got up a second or two after her. Fuck her mouth. That ass. She got a whole fucking person holding on to her that she tugging along. she got a whole person tugging along to the bar. What the fuck you want a mouth for? Man, she's sexy as shit. Like, she smell good, and you just want to put your dick in her mouth. Huh? Dog, like, you bugging. I'm like, yo, do whatever. He was like, yo, you see her mouth? Her mouth? Nigga, that ass. Them hips. She smells great. Yo.
That's a new one.
Yo.
Her mouth?
Her mouth. Her mouth.
No matter what that other mouth looked like.
And she turned out, he started fucking with her on some serious shit. And she turned out to be like a materialistic chick. Like totally into everything that has a name brand attached to it, like a name attached to it. It gotta be Louis, Gucci, Fendi, Prada. She wanna go on trips, she wanted to buy bags. And I'm saying to myself, yo, dog, like, you was supposed, the way you was talking about her, especially her mouth, on this particular night, you supposed to just smash and that be that, right? But you wifed it, and now you find out, like, she's a materialistic chick, and now you like, yo, how the fuck I get this far? Because she gave you that great head that you was expecting, right?
Probably could have got the ass the first night, but
you was expecting great head, she gave you that great head. Now, you find yourself in a relationship with her, months later, and she's materialistic. She wants you to buy all this expensive shit. You went into it looking at her like a fucking whore. Yo, honestly, me personally, like, it was a point in my life where it was just like, yo, I didn't want head from people. Because mentally, I started thinking about head connected to a fucking whore. Like, you pay a prostitute to suck your dick. They gonna suck your dick. So, like, it was a time in my life where a woman couldn't give me head, especially if I felt for her, like if I had feelings for her. Because I always associated that with a whore ass chick. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that I know that's probably a little bit.
That's real shit. But I was a little different. And it's not that I don't, like I said, I use it as a fringe benefit. You don't have to do it. But at one time, I was like, wait a minute. There's more bacteria in your mouth than is in your vagina, your vagina. Because most people always, like, look at me. I'm always, like, people touch their, you know, they shake hands, they give that, touch their mouth. So I'm like, nah, I don't want that. I just want to fuck you. I'm good. Thank you.
And the crazy thing is, like, you're right. A lot of niggas just want the pussy. And also too, like, a lot of motherfuckers, especially, I'm sorry that it might sound like I'm throwing the guys under the bus, but a lot of motherfuckers that want just pussy, want to fuck all day and still have that urge to fuck multiple women and just want to fuck all day. Those are motherfuckers that go to DR. I personally feel like that DR trip is finito. Niggas is still doing it, right? But the women that are allowing their men to go on those DR trips are just as foolish as the men that's going, and to think that you're gonna come back home to a regular relationship. The cat is out the bag. Your big mouth friend came home and told everybody in the neighborhood. He done taped some shit. He done fucking played it for the people in the neighborhood. And one of those motherfuckers like the woman that you go home to every day. Or that friend is dating somebody that's close to your friend. He gets caught with all the fucking videos on his phone, right? They discussing it over brunch, and then shorty bring that shit back to your home. DR shit is up.
Well,
the big mouth motherfuckers gave it up already.
I'm gonna say this. All the guys that I know, personally know, that went to DR, They weren't tied down. They weren't married at the time. They, so they went down there, and that's what they did.
I know, and I'm not gonna categorize. Like, I know that it's a lot of men that have went to, I know men personally that went to DR that didn't do anything at all, and I could put my life on it. But 80% of the men that go to DR, the shit it's everywhere. I went to DR with a woman. I went outside I stayed on a resort. I went outside with no shirt on, New York Knicks basketball shorts on, and sneakers, and the New York Knicks hat.
Thought you was a basketball player.
They thought I was a basketball player. They running up to me. I'm in the chicken spot. Well, what I believe was chicken. A fucking armed guard seen us. We went in the sneaker store and then we went to a chicken spot, a food spot, and the armed guard followed us to every store. Every store that we went into, cocked the shotgun. I got nervous, like, yo, he was like, no. I'm gonna just go behind y'all. I'm like a bodyguard to y'all, just go.
Cause if they fuck with you,
yeah,
that fuck up their business.
They business. So he followed us. We went into about 3 or 4 different stores. And he was the protection for us. So when I got back to the resort, like I said, it's fucking 85, 90 degrees. We drinking outside. I got into the resort. The word got back to the resort that fast. So when I went in, Shorty met me in the lobby. I think I had texted her, and she met me in the lobby, and I put a t-shirt on. My shit crazy. Shoulders down there, right up under my ears. They gave me money to gamble with at the casino because they thought I was a Knicks player. I played for the Knicks. I played that role the whole. I'm shooting jump shots in the middle of the motherfucker dealing me a hand.
We can't do that when we lose this.
I'm working on a jump shot at the fucking table.
I'd be like, yo, I'm his agent. Yo, relax. Yo, get off him.
Yeah. I played the whole shit up. Oh, you niggas think I played for the Knicks?
You gotta eat it up, bro.
Yeah.
For real.
I did it. I'm telling you.
What, a week or something?
Yeah, I was
5
there.
days a week,
Yeah,
bro.
I was there for a week. Word to everything. I was getting free drinks and the whole shit. Like, but it was so many Dominican women running around with fat old asses. This is before the fake shit. This is before that.
Bro, that's their evidence, bro.
Every ass that walked past us was on their back. This shit was ridiculous.
And they from the countryside.
It was so crazy that Shorty started saying, like, you see this ass? Yo, bananas. Okay. So with that being said, we're gonna grab our drinks. And we gonna close out the show in fashion with We Rollin' Bitches.